Lolly here. Today I'm going to start this video out by showing you some of my covers of my art journals and how I've gone about them during all of this weird time, the last 18 months or so. It's time for me to start a new one. So I thought I would just show you what I do to kind of get motivated in my sketchbooks, actually my art journals, because they start out as this and then work from there, and I just start to build on here. Sometimes I cover it with paint, sometimes with scrapbook paper, and then I start to build on there. So I'm just going to show you some of my covers, and then I'm going to start a new one, and then I'll show you how I'm going to get started on that. So okay, so I'm not going to do a whole flip through of the whole book, but I just want to show you my covers because they're kind of wild and messy. But so this one I started in 2020, of course, you know, when all this stuff started. It started out as just a regular mixed media pad. I always do mixed media pads because they're thicker paper, so if I watercolor, it's able to handle that. So I painted the background. These were just pieces that after I cut out a project, so I just stuck them on there. This was a heart that I had made just out of some cardboard, I think in another project, so I put that on there, backed it with some scrapbook paper that I used on a project. So they're really just things that I just come across while I'm working on another project or something that meant to me at the time. So this one says 2020, what will you bring us? And then, oh, question mark here, it's a sticker. This was given to me, so I hung this on here. And there's my 2020 story. And there's my butterfly that I had covered with scrapbook paper and wishing for blessings and possibilities for that year. So I documented in here things that had happened, things I was going through, my thoughts, stuff like that is what I started out. And also the things that I was learning while I, we were in lockdown at one point and nobody likes to talk about it. But so I just did some tutorials, some different classes, things like that. So that's what's in this book. Things that I was learning. We couldn't go anywhere, couldn't do anything, so I was learning new processes. So my little birds, and then I redid the little birds in watercolor. So really just events that were happening, things like that. So this was just a letter that I wrote, and so one day when I'm not here, somebody will believe it, because in there I write, it happened, believe it. So this one was a larger book, and this one really does have like just ephemera that I got, a little bee that came off a project I was working on. These butterflies have seen better days, but they were on a birthday card my daughter gave me during this year. This was a tag I did for Valentine's, and I just stuck that on there. Eyelash trim. A friend of mine gave me a whole tin of little miniature Christmas ornaments that I love so much, so I put the snowman on there because I collect snowman. There's the 21 there, so I started that one when 21 started, and then here's the back, just to have something on the back. So they're kind of messy, maybe not everybody's style, but it's my style, and I just, whatever happened throughout the year, I kind of just put those little bits and pieces on there. So I also have this book. It says, what did you say? And in it I have things that like this warning, the corners of the sign are pointy. Did you have to eat the whole bowl of stupid? Well, it's just those things that we say, or warnings that we have to have just because, right? So anyway, that's what's in this book. Or sometimes I hear things and they're funny and I have to write them down and draw out a picture to go with them. So this one I love. Tears are words your heart cannot say. So this is what I do with this one. And these are just stickers that I put on here. And espresso yourself. So that's my What Did You Say book. This is my cloth book. I was watching somebody, and this was during lockdown. I wish that I hadn't colored it blue, but I did. So here we go. It has metal wings, And this is supposed to be her hair. It looks more like a big hat or something, but she's just a piece of cloth that I sewed down here. This was just some upholstery fabric that I had, and inside here is an Amazon package. So it's puffy, and so all I did was fill it really quick because I wanted to make that cover. It has old tea-dyed strings, and this is where I have some of my drawings. I'm learning to draw. I don't know how. You can see I started out bad, so I was really bad. But I'm improving. It has gotten better, but that's what that book is. It's just cloth. This book, I don't know if I'm going to cover it because I love this cover. I bought this at the store at Ross, I think, but I love it so much I'm probably not going to cover that. And this is also back in the day when I first started learning to art journal, like a lot, things like that. So that's what's in there. It's not finished. And believe it or not, you're not going to believe it, this next book started out as one of these that had the soft cover, and it got so big it started to just crack apart. So let's see if I can get rid of that glare. Anyway, it was this originally, but with the soft spine, and I just painted and painted so much that it was almost like that. So I cut the spine, and then I got 2 pieces of cardboard, and then I think it's like 4 or 5 inches, something like that. This was a poster, and I had used it for my background, so I could just drop my brush on it or something like that. And then I didn't know how to cover it, so it had this cover on it for a long time, and I didn't know what to do. So I had in my closet a bag from Margaritaville when I went to Florida to see my kids. And so I said, I don't know what to do with that, but I didn't want to get rid of it because I'm a Jimmy Buffett fan. So I used it for the cover on this book. This I cut out of some junk mail that came. And then this, I had 2 chickens, and Thelma and Louise, and they died. And this was the latch to their chicken coop that we had built. So I put that on there. So it's big and bulky, and it's tied with these big strings. And the inside is just full of everything that I tried to learn. So that's what I put on the back too. And then I Mod Podged the whole thing. Okay, I had to go find this one. So I might have a weird gap there that I was talking. So this was also right after or during lockdown. And this was popsicle sticks that I put some rub-ons on. My little inside of my clock here is a sunflower. No time to waste. Still in this mess. But what this is I made, I think it turned out to be about 130 something masks for friends and family. And these are clips of some of the cloth that I used. And these were some beads my mom gave me, and I just put them on that wire and put them there. But anyway, for the grandkids, Spider-Man, the flag. So that's what that is. So that's really special to me because that was the way I could occupy my time and contribute a little bit when there were no masks to order. So and this cloth as well. And these are just stickers that I had. I made my kind of faux clock on there. It's like, how long is this gonna last? So anyway, that's what's in this book. It's just more things that I did and learned and wrote during that time. But I wanted to show you that because that one's extra special. Anyway, those are my covers. I love them. I get a big kick out of them. I have some little projects that I want to do. And so I found this book that I already painted the cover for, but it was one of these. Okay. I just found this sheet of paper. It has turntables, radios, TVs, that type of pictures on there. So it's just regular thin scrapbook paper, but it doesn't have to be thick because I already have a cardboard cover. So just going to Mod Podge this on here, and probably not on the. So, and like I said, this will change. I'll add more to it. I'll start to put different, sometimes like I've made a lot of tags and ATCs lately, so those may even go on the cover. So we just want to lay that down. We'll turn it over. I'm not sure what I'll do with this, but right now we're going to go ahead and turn this in this page on here. I'm just going to add a little tape. I should stop talking so that I can just fast forward this for you, but I'm not really doing anything other than just talking to you and getting ready to get this book ready so we can do new projects. All right, so like I said earlier, I have been going through the Stampington magazine, and if you haven't seen those, oh my gosh. So I'm just gonna try a couple of things. If they don't work, you won't be seeing the video. I'll cut it and splice something else in. So my washi tape is way too old. So I'm gonna have 1, 2, 3, Okay, that took forever and a day, sorry. Okay, so I'm going to fill in the background here. I don't have a definite plan, so I just want to see how it comes out. I have it in my head. Just don't know if it's going to come out. But I'm just going to lay paper. Keep getting my cord in the way. But so my silhouettes are here, so I don't want to go over that. But I can go this far here. And I didn't want it to be just plain black, even though the effect I think is going to be pretty. I want to go ahead and line it with something. My friend Aaliyah was just talking today about using a ruler to tear paper, so I like the effect you get from that as well. So across from each silhouette, I'm going to put flowers. All right, so I have these numbers, and they may say something else, but I'm going to use them to reference an age. So I'm going to put a little label by each one, not cover our flowers. Let me see. Okay, I have played and piddled and kind of went a whole different direction than what I started out, but it's been a great time to just stand here and de-stress and work on something. So I do like the way the silhouette came out. It's small, so I'm going to try the idea again with something bigger and maybe just a whole different look. So, but anyway, this was a fun page. So when we're young, we're hopeful. When we reach middle age, we're all the possibilities that are still ahead of us and things that we can do in our life and accomplish everything that we want to accomplish. And then when we get older and we're ready to retire and just kind of reflect back, our kids are grown and we have grandkids maybe, and So it's just a time to remember and reflect. So that's my page. Not perfect, but always a chance to put down glue and Mod Podge and paper and that type of thing. So I'm okay with that. Little silhouettes there are super cute. So anyway, thank you all for joining me. I'll see you in the next video.